on, everybody? This is Tommy. On my way to have lunch at my daughter's school. I'm gonna bring her some Subway because it seems to be the only thing she likes. But anyway, this is gonna be probably the first of many documented videos that we're gonna be posting. We as a family are currently going through a life-changing experience, and we got a new endeavor in life. When you think you got life figured out, God calls you to do something different, change everything, and when He calls, you answer. So anyway, I was pretty comfortable in my life. I've worked at my job for about 27 years, and I've worked my way up, and I got the position that I've always wanted. I have the life that I've always wanted. I'm not the kind of person that has to have millions of dollars in the bank to be happy. I wanted a good life for my family. I wanted to provide a better life than I was provided when I was a kid for my family. And when I turned 15, I got my first job, and I never looked back. And like I said, I've been there about 27 years now. However, I've had other jobs in between. I used to be a martial arts instructor for a while. I stepped back as a manager at my job, and did that, off and on for several years, and I loved it, absolutely loved it. Had to basically made the decision to go back to full time at my job now when I got engaged to my wife, Crystal, to just better our relationship. Newlyweds. Being a martial arts instructor, it's tough on a family man because it's the hours. They're mainly nights and weekends when most families are at home. Most children go to school during the day. They're off on the afternoons and weekends, which is when a martial arts instructor would generally be working. So anyway, so I gave that up. I loved it. It was my favorite job, and I had to make a decision. I had to focus on my wife, building a family there. And then of course we had Kendall, and I wanted to be a father. I wanted to be there. I wanted to be present in her life. So I worked real hard to try to get a position that at my job where I could spend more time with her, and I've done that. So anyway, getting off topic. We as a family have made the decision to open up a martial arts school. This is something that I've always wanted to do, but never thought I could or would or ever have the resources to do. Sorry for the shaky footage in my truck, and got mud tires on the truck, so it's not the best ride. It looks cool, but it's not the best riding truck. And my phone mount is a little shaky, pun intended. But anyway, so I always wanted to, whatever, but my family came first, and they were more important than my dreams. And any real man would understand that. So I gave all that up. Martial arts is something that I've been doing since I was 9 years old, and I had a passion for it. I love it, still love it to this day. And the crazy thing is, when I became an instructor, I realized that I had a skill I didn't know I possessed, which was teaching. I always loved martial arts. I was, good at it as a kid. I picked it up pretty quick, and maybe it was all the martial arts movies my father and my uncle crammed in my head ever since I was a baby. But I picked it up pretty easily, and I loved it. But it wasn't until I became an instructor I realized that I had a natural talent for teaching. And I realized as time went on, that was my true skill, my God-given talent. It wasn't the martial arts, it was teaching and motivating people. And I try to do that everywhere that I go, even my job now. I always say my worst quality as a boss, but best quality as a person, is I get attached to people and I see the potential in people, and I try to push them to be the best version of themselves that they can be. And that gets me in trouble when it comes time when somebody's not performing properly or not doing the job correctly, and it's time to let that person go, because I'm not doing my job properly. If I let things go, it's like, man, I gotta give them one more chance. They really need this, And then sometimes I gotta dig deep and see that sometimes the best thing for this person is for them to move on and learn what they've lost by having someone like me or my establishment. Because I'm not the only one that is like this. I mean, I wouldn't have been with my company as long as I have if it wasn't for the fantastic people that I work for. And they treat you like family. So I owe a lot to them, and if any of you guys are watching, man, I love each and every one of you, anybody I've worked for, and I know you're waiting for that shout out, and I will. This, like I said, this is going to be the first of many video series, because I decided in this journey, this life-changing journey for me and my family, I'm going to be documenting the entire process. And this is mainly an introductory video. I'm going to get into more detail, about why I made the decision to do this, how I'm doing it, how, where it's going to be, what's the name, logo design, all of that stuff, but I'm the kind of person that I can't halfway tell a story. Anybody that knows me personally knows that it'd take me an hour and a half to tell you a story, because I don't want to leave out any details. And I know my wife, she gets frustrated with me because I'll come home, and she works from home, and try to tell her about something that happened, and she's still working when I get home sometimes, and I try to tell her something that happened at work, and she's like, spit it out, I gotta finish, but anyway, so that's why this will be first of many videos. I'm gonna try my best. I'm not good at public speaking. I'm not good at recording videos, YouTube videos, or vlogging, or anything of that nature. So this is going to be something that is new for me, but I feel like people need to be in on this process, because I want to welcome anyone that needs, anything that I have to offer, whether it be martial arts or advice or just a friend or a new family member, because I didn't grow up close to my family other than my father. It was mainly just me and him, and then throughout the years I kind of built and chose my family. And that's one thing, people always say, oh, you're stuck with your family. That's not true. Sometimes family can be toxic. Now, I don't say you should be quick to give up on family, especially, I think they should have more chances than strangers, but at some point, if they're not good for you, and they're not wanting to help themselves, you gotta cut them loose, and hopefully they'll figure that out, and you can continue to pray for them, don't ever stop that, and hopefully they'll find a way. They'll find God, just as I have. Anyway, like I said, I'm rambling on. I'm not good at this. This is my first video, but I'm gonna document this process of me opening the school, and subscribe and follow along. I would love for you guys to be part of this chosen family. My family, it's chosen. I don't believe you have to be blood to be as close as family. There's people out there like myself that grew up alone, and like I said, I wasn't very close with my family. And there's a lot of kids, a lot of people, all ages, that need someone, and that was kind of the reason for me to move forward with this school, because I wanted to create a place and an environment where everybody's welcome. Anybody can come in, if they ever feel alone, and be part of this family, and have a place. And nowadays, with the world the way it is, we need as many martial arts schools, whether it be karate, taekwondo, jiu-jitsu, judo, kung fu. To me, they all have their place. I've studied in multiple styles over the years, and I wouldn't tell you. A lot of people say, well, which one's the best? And I'm going to tell you, there is no best. It really comes down to the teacher. It comes down to the student and your peers, and the experience overall. I always say you only get out of something what you put into it. You can go into a really good martial arts school and put no effort into your training and get next to no results. Or you can go into a not so good martial arts school and put your entire heart into it and yield good results. I think you'll probably plateau out at some point and want to move, and explore, yourself and your martial arts journey more, if that does happen. And I'm the kind of person, which you won't hear this probably from many martial arts instructors, is that I can only give you a slice of the pie. I can't give you the whole pie. And that's what my first instructor taught me. And any instructor that thinks they have all the answers, it's not a good instructor. I don't know everything. Only God does. And so I'm going to just teach you what I know. And I'm going to grow with you, and continue to train and learn myself. I'm going to learn how to run a successful business. I'm going to learn how to become an even better martial artist and even better martial arts instructor. Because now I'm not just training for myself. I'm training for you. I'm training for people that need this in their life. So anyway, if you're interested, even if I would love for everybody to come and try the school out when I get it open, or at least come visit. I'd love to see some old faces. Some of you that may see this that I haven't seen in a long time. But I know for a lot of you this may be coming as a shock, because I've had people over the years say, man, you need your own school, man. You need to open your own school. And I'm just like, man, it's just not in the stars, man. And I never thought it would be. But I'm telling you now, it's happening. I mean, it's a done deal. I mean, I got the license, the LLC, the building. I'm getting the key to that supposedly this week, and I'm going to take you guys through the whole journey. And it's going to be rough, because I'm still continuing to do my job, and it requires me getting up at 4 in the morning, and I'm going to have to teach. I oversee multiple locations, and then I have to get off and then teach. But even before then, I got to get this building ready, so a lot of the work that's got to be put into this building, I'm doing it with these two hands. So it's going to be a lot of hard work, but what I've learned in this life is hard work pays off. And I've dug myself out of the gutter I grew up in, to put myself in a successful position, not because I was blessed with money or rich parents. By far, that is not my story. I worked my way up. I mean, I literally started at a fast food restaurant at 15 and worked my way up to a district manager. So, and that's kind of my work story in a nutshell, you know. But I was also blessed to work for good people that recognized my hard work and gave me an opportunity. And I always thank my boss all the time, Tony. He's a fantastic guy. He's one of my idols because he's such a hardworking, straightforward person. And I thank him all the time. I say, man, I really appreciate what you've done for me and what you've given me. And he always responds with the same thing. He says, Tommy, the only thing I've ever given you was an opportunity. He goes, you sell yourself short, you give yourself some credit. And but he did notice. I mean, there's people that they're tunnel vision. They come in, especially a lot of bosses, and they do their job every day. They don't notice, who's making the company work. He does. They do. I mean, it's a multiple family business, and they're all fantastic people. And I couldn't do any of this if it wasn't for them. So I thank you. Anyway, I gotta go to Subway and get Kendall a meatball sub because it's about the only thing she'll eat, and surprise her at lunch today. So, like I said, hope you guys tune in, stick with me, be with me through this process. If you want, I would love for you guys to be a part of it. Love you guys, and I mean it. See you.